All right, so can we transform or reuse some of the Snapchat filters right there on Weavy? This is just one example, so you can kind of shift this thing around, kind of get, stretch the height, stretch the width. This relates to one of their new nodes, which is quickly becoming one of my favorites. So we're going to run through this here today. So I'm to kind of drop in some instructions. So let me just remove this. So this is one effect. This is a similar kind of effect. They say kind of, and just manipulate the mouth. Here's one that surprised me. Let me show you. I don't think Weavy could do this, but this is fun. Waterfall tears. So it started from a static image. From here, the effect I got is just a video. So it's just elevating the tears. You can like tear length, modify the tear length, tear width, intensity. Quite nice. You could even change the color, which I haven't tried much here. All right, so let's start from the very top. So kind of check out the process. Got these three fun characters. I'm a sucker for kind of comic style. This one came out pretty neat, actually. So we're gonna try one different effect on each. So how I started, this is a super complicated prompt. What are the most popular Snapchat filters? And I'm working with a client that does a lot of cats, so kind of started there. So let's try this one. So anyways, I had it listed. And then what I did next, again, super sophisticated prompt, met on a briefing in AI assistant. It was a very rough idea about Snapchat filters, as in I'm assuming Weavy doesn't know what Snapchat filter is, blah, blah. Anyways, really good at manipulating images. Then I asked for one prompt. And then on the second prompt, I tried a different tweak. Like, okay, uh, take this, cut it down by 50%, only essential, and the other 50% I'm going to use analogies, metaphors. So I want to see, like, would giving the GenFX tool or node a lot of specific details versus analogies, metaphor, which one would come out better? That was the experiment. All right, so this was my next super complicated instruction. I basically told it like out of the list we generated, one was called big mouths. So let's see how this one is done. I basically take this one here, pop this into here, GenFX, and let this run. And I'm gonna, so this is one variation. I'm gonna pick the second one. And remember, this one is more about analogies. So let's have a look, make the white super expressive, slightly open. Here, imagine looking through a silly funhouse lens. I'm gonna kind of put it into here. We'll let that run, just kind of see the differences between the two. Right, give it a sec to generate. It's usually fast, within the minute generate, actually a few seconds, yeah. All right, so this took under a minute to generate. I'm just gonna give it simple. And the other one took probably under 2 minutes. Don't worry, we're gonna zoom in a sec to see what we could do, right? So just for comparison, I'm gonna just put the original here. So this is the original here. Let me just call it original. And now we have this kind of image here. Have a look. So you have these kind of, oh, okay. Let me shift this. I gotta shift the filter here. Mouth open, mouth wide. Okay, so this one didn't come out as, what's for the duration? Yeah, there's no effect here. All right, so let's try the second one. Let's see. This one I like a little bit more. Let's see. This is fun. So one idea I had is, what if you generated different, like you gave an AI video gen to like the base look of it, and then what would happen if you got too excited or too upset or whatever. Anyways, that is one simple use case. All right, so I'm just back to the list. I don't think I tried this one, so we're gonna run it. Let's process this. One thing that I tend to do is do not give me an image, because sometimes kind of gives me stars going on to GPT-2, giving me an image. This case is good, it's good. All right, so we're gonna pick this version, and then we have the second version, which is more of the analogies. Think of the lens like a glass bubble. Looks as if it's a GoPro. Okay, nice. Let's see how this one looks. Gonna take version 1, drop it into here. I'm just going to remove the opening line from that. Let's grab the second one. And I'm going to run that. Just kind of showing you how simple it is. These filters can be quite fun. Coming up with a video soon, just kind of a 30-second experiment. Like what if we try these on video? Anyway, we'll let this run for a minute. All right, so this was pretty quick, and this took probably like under 2 minutes. I'm just going to connect them. And by the way, I'm using this router because it's easy. Let's say we wanted to swap to this. Don't have to reconnect everything. But let's have a look at this for a moment. I'm going to just pop this one here. Looks distorted. I need to adjust a lot of things and can get into here. Can kind of, whoops. Ooh, all right. Fisheye lens. This is interesting. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's have a look at this. This is a whole different kind of feel to it. Aha, this is fun actually. This is getting more fun. I'm gonna play his face. No, not this one. So that's the original. That's rework character. Might have to kind of fix this kind of tilt here. Let's see, is it too much? So we could do that. We could do here. Let's try one more. Do one more. What's the 90s? What do you call it? Let's see what it comes up with. And I got no clue what this would do, but let's see. All right, let's pick this one up. While this generates, let me show you this. This actually came out better. The tiny mouse, what I call huge eyes tiny mouse. So what I like about this is it actually generated 3 focal points. So I could kind of put it into the eyes and then kind of, so those 2 are for the eyes and this one's for the mouth, and then mouth shrink. You could manipulate the mouth. Let me bring in the original so you kind of see the difference. This is the original on the left. I call the guy Frankie. So you see it like it gives him a different look. My only difference is I would go into the original. Actually, uh, the pupils got kind of messed up here. You can't see them. But it's kind of fun. You see, this is kind of a quick filter. This is the one that goes through the analogy and metaphor. It's a different feel. I zoom in. All right, so I think these 2 generated. Let's just go back to them. One is ready. Let's just open it there, see what happens. Ah, this is the cartoon look. I actually generated a PlayStation 1 yesterday. Yeah, this works better in video. Let me give you a glimpse on the PS2 video. All right, so for video is actually quite more fun. This is original, like a mid-journey video. So getting to enjoy some of the mid-journey stuff. And then this is the PS2. See, it's kind of get come in here and kind of adjust the layers, color depth. This is the old PS2 or this one. Let me just drag this one here so you see the difference. This one I actually liked a little bit more. This was actually more fun. Well, the idea is I'm releasing a short video tomorrow to kind of see how we can go from one style to the next to the next. And there's a lot of fun stuff here. All right, that's about it for today. Gonna release this video tomorrow with another video.